Hello IP3 and welcome to this week's health class. Teacher Dennis here. I will be your health teacher again this semester. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody when they get back to school. Okay, so let's start off. So this year we're going to be learning a lot about our bodies and the changes that our bodies go through and what we call the different stages of growth that we experience as human beings. So, quick question. Can you remember how much your body has changed since you were a baby? Can you remember being a baby? Can you remember being a toddler? Can you remember being in kindergarten? Can you remember being in IP1? Can you remember being in IP2? I hope you remember. And can you think about how do you look now? What size are you? What has changed about you since you were in IP1, since you were in kindergarten, or since before you could walk? But you probably can't remember that far back. But you know your body has changed a lot. So that's what we are going to be talking about in today's class, okay? The different stages that our body goes through as we are growing up. So, let's have a look. Okay, so if you can open up on page 2, we're going to read a little bit about how our body changes as we grow. So, you can follow this with your reading fingers. I will read slowly so that you can follow me. And I'm going to read out what it says. Okay, are you ready? We grow every day. We may not notice that. Try some of your old shirts. Do they still fit? We grow every day. Can you feel yourself growing every day? No. You can't feel yourself grow. But you can check. Normally you are taller in the morning than when you go to bed at night. So when you wake up in the morning, you're taller because you have been lying down sleeping, your body stretches and it grows out. But then when you go to bed at nighttime, because you have been active all day, your body actually gets a little bit smaller, but not much smaller. You grow more than you go back to at the end of the day. So your body is constantly growing, especially when you're very young. Your body is growing all the time. And we know this by the clothes that we have. If you try to wear something from IP1, is it still going to fit you now? Probably not, because you have grown a lot since you were in IP1. You are much taller and much bigger, okay? We become heavier and taller when our muscles and bones grow. So that is what is happening to us. Our muscles and our bones are growing. So the bones in your arms are growing. Your arms are getting longer. The bones in your legs are growing. They're getting longer. And you're also getting heavier. And your muscles are growing. So your muscles are what make you heavier. So your muscles, like in your arms here, they're getting stronger. You're getting stronger. You can run faster because the muscles in your legs are getting bigger. Okay? So this is how our body grows, through our bones and our muscles. No one grows exactly the same way. Some of us are taller than others. Some of us are bigger than others. Yet we are all different and special in our own ways. So everyone is different. Nobody grows the same way as anyone else. If you look at your class, Is everyone the same size? Is everyone the same height? No. Some people are small, some people are tall, some people are medium. So we don't grow the exact same. Some people are very skinny, some people are very big or broad. Okay? We can't help that. Everybody is different. So we have to respect and understand that nobody grows the same way. Nobody's bodies grow the same way. Let's read the last part here. As our muscles and bones grow, our weight and height also change. We can know how much we have changed by measurements. Okay, so as our muscles and bones are growing, our weight and height change. Okay, this is what we are talking about. Our bones and muscles change, therefore our bodies change. And we are able to check them by measurements, okay, by different measurements. But I just want to ask you this. Think about all of your class friends. How different are they? Some of you might be friends from kindergarten. Some of you might be friends from IP1. Some of you might be friends just from IP2. But when you look at them, you will be able to say how they have changed. Maybe somebody in the class was the smallest, but now they are the tallest. Okay? So I want you to think for a second. Which one of your class friends has changed the most? Or maybe there are many class friends who have changed a lot. Okay? Okay, we're going to move ahead and we're going to talk about the different kinds of measurements. Okay? So we can weigh ourselves and we can measure our height. Okay? And we're going to talk about how to measure your weight. First of all is our weight. So measuring our weight is to see how heavy you are. Okay? So some people are not heavy. Some people are very heavy. Okay? And we measure weight to find out. Okay. How do you measure your weight? So everybody might have a weighing scale at home, or maybe you use the one outside the 7-Eleven shop, or maybe inside a shopping mall they have lots of weighing machines, weighing scales. Okay, so this is what we use to measure our weight. So how do you do that? Number one, make sure that you do not eat anything before weighing yourself. Okay? Don't eat before weighing yourself, because you're putting extra weight onto your body, and then later on you'll go to the toilet and that will be gone, so your weight is going to change again. So you should not eat for a while before weighing yourself and then weigh yourself. Okay, so don't eat. So maybe weigh yourself first thing in the morning before you eat your breakfast. So you haven't eaten since dinner the night before, and then that will be a long time without eating, and you should measure your weight. You should also remove your heavy clothes like a sweater, a watch, shoes, and socks. So all of these things, like if you wear a watch, if you wear a hat, if you wear heavy shoes, these are going to add extra weight to your measurement. Okay, so we need to remove them. Now don't remove all of your clothes. Just remove anything that is too heavy and that you can remove. Okay, so you should wear light clothes, like a pair of shorts, a pair of tracksuit bottoms, and a t-shirt, a light t-shirt. Okay, and lastly, you should stand in the center of the scale. Okay, in the center means in the middle of the scale. You should stand in the middle of the scales. Don't stand with your legs spread out very far apart. because then you're unevenly balanced. So you want to put your 2 feet together and stand in the center of the weighing scale. And what about measuring our height? How do we do that? 1. Take off your shoes or remove head ornaments that might result in the inaccurate measurement. What that means, you need to take off your shoes because your shoes make you taller. Okay? So you need to remove your shoes and just have your feet on the ground. Also, you shouldn't wear a hat. Okay? If you're wearing a hat, it's going to make you taller. It's not going to be your true size. A measuring device must be placed on the flat floor. Okay, this is very important. The floor needs to be flat. Okay, you don't want to measure yourself on a floor like this or on a floor like this, because then it's not the proper measurement. It needs to be flat. Your head, shoulders, back, legs, and the back of your feet must be straight while you are standing against the measuring device. Okay, so as you know, if you have ever measured yourself before, you were told, get back, get back. You need to be straight against the wall, and your feet need to be flat on the ground. Okay, so you need to put your shoulders and your head back straight against the wall, flat against the wall. Okay, look straight ahead. Do not bow your head. So you need to look straight ahead. You shouldn't be doing this or this. Okay? That is not the correct way. It needs to be straight like this. A measurer moves the measuring device down until it touches your head and records the height measurement. Okay? So there's different ways to measure yourself. If you're measuring from something that goes down, you need to stop here. But if you're using a tape, you need to go from the bottom of the ground and pull the tape up, and then use your hand like this to check the what measurement it is. Okay. This is what you need to do for homework. Very, very easy homework for you today. At home, check your weight and height. Fill in the fun activity. We will check at the end of the school year to see how much you have changed. Okay, so this is where you get to do this, okay? As you can see in the fun activity box here, you need to put in 2 measurements. How much do you weigh? How tall are you? So this is what you need to do. You need to find a measuring device, a weighing device. So maybe you have a weighing scale at home. Maybe you can go to find a weighing scale at 7-Eleven or Family Mart or outside a shop or inside a shopping mall. There are lots and lots of weighing scales around. You need to find one of them, measure yourself, and then write in what your measurement, what your weight is in this section here. And remember, your weight is in kilograms. kg stands for kilograms. Second, you need to measure how tall you are. So if you have a measuring tape at home, you need to stand with your back up against the wall as straight as possible on a flat surface and ask your parents to measure you. Okay? So you need to measure yourself, what height you are, and then put it in here. And when you measure yourself, you measure in centimeters. Okay? Centimeters. So, we have what we call average weights and heights by different ages of boys and girls. So boys and girls are different to each other. They have different heights and different weights, and what we call is the average. So what the normal child at age 10, 8, 12, 15 is, okay? So if you measure all 15-year-olds, what is the most, okay? The average is the most. So, let's have a look at this. In IP3, you're going to be between 8 and 10 years old, okay? So, if you are a boy and you're 8 years old, your weight should be between 20 kilograms and 32 kilograms. Your height should be between 117 centimeters and 133 centimeters. If you are smaller than that, you are very small. If you are higher than that, you are very tall. Okay? So if you're lower than 117 centimeters, you would be considered small. And if you are higher than 133 centimeters, you are tall. If you are 9, you should be between 21.5 kilograms and 36.6 kilograms. And your height should be 121 centimeters and 138 centimeters. So check. Are you average? Or are you tall? Or are you small? And then if you're 10, your weight should be between 23.6 kilograms and 40.8 kilograms. And your height 126 centimeters and 143 centimeters. Okay? And that's the boys. So then if you're a girl, your average weight is between 19.3 and 32.5 kilograms. And your height will be between 117 and 132. If you're 8, 19.3 kilograms to 32.5 kilograms, and your height 121 centimeters to 139 centimeters. And then if you're 10 years old, 23.4 kilograms to 42.1 kilograms, and 127 centimeters to 146 centimeters in height. So check. Are you the average, which is between these numbers, or are you taller, or are you smaller? Okay? So that is all we have for today's class. Don't forget to check your height and your weight and fill in the fun activity box. Okay, can't wait to see everyone back in school. Thank you, IP3.